Hello, my name is Alexis, and I am a creative writer based in the UK, and I am on day 8 of paying myself to live and write like a full-time writer. Don't get too excited. I'm only paying myself very minimally, enough to get by from month to month, until I have to rejoin the actual working world next summer. Anyway, I am going to have to be very flexible this week for the next 2.5 weeks, because until August 26th, I will be doing driving lessons until I take my test on the 26th. I had my first lesson today from 7:30 to 9:30, which impacted like the flow of how I usually do my writing hours, which is like 5 to 7, doing like some poetry or just doing like warm-up stuff, and then walking my dog around 7, doing some exercises, and then from like 9 onwards doing my core writing and writing, creative writing study. But I can't do that at the minute because my driving lessons, they'll be all over the place. So the next couple of weeks will be a good exercise in me being more flexible in my approach, which I think will work for me much better. Last week was a bit of a wash because I kept making to-do lists of what I had to do for the next day, the day before, and I just ended up not wanting to do anything. And I think that approach to creative writing was not working for me. So instead of telling myself what I must do, I'm just going to record this week what I have done. And I think that'll be a lot more encouraging and a lot more encouraging method to keeping track of what I've done and to keep motivated to write. So instead of being like, you must do these things today with your writing time, it's like you sit down at your writing desk and think, what would I like to do, and just pursue that. I think the dopamine hits a little bit better for me in my brain, and I stay motivated a lot longer when I can do it that way. Also reminding myself of how much I freaking love thesauri, whatever, because I have done a little bit of a haiku warm-up and a little bit of a flash fiction warm-up to start my writing day off. I'm going to take a break now until I have some lunch with my husband when he gets home early, because it's a special thing we get to do on Mondays and Tuesdays is actually have lunch together. And then I'll get back into the core writing, which I think today might be editing and revising some short stories that I have in the works, but it might not be, because this week it's going to be about what have you done, what have you pursued, rather than you must do these things. So that's my approach for this week. We shall see how it goes. It will have to be my approach for the next 2.5 weeks because of said driving lessons and driving tests. So wish me luck this week. We shall see how we get on. I think it's going to be a good week. I'm feeling a little bit better and a little bit more motivated to do a bit more creative writing this week than I did last week. Hopefully this new approach will work. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.